or morning? Afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Wow. Well, I have thought long and hard about this moment. The meaning of today's decision by the United States Supreme Court is truly overwhelming, even for me, as the lawyer who argued the case, standing here at the LGBT Center in New York City, where we had our first press conference just after we filed our case 4 years ago. At its core, today's Supreme Court ruling affirms the principle that gay married couples have the same right to be treated with dignity and respect as straight married couples. The justices have spoken. It is now clear that discrimination against gay people solely because they are gay violates the United States Constitution. Indeed, as Justice Kennedy explained, that's all that DOMA ever was, a statute whose sole purpose was to denigrate gay and lesbian Americans as second-class citizens. 17 long and painful years after its passage, and at a time when most of those who originally voted for it have since recanted, Section 3 of the Defense of Marriage Act is finally dead and gone, and not a moment too soon. After so many dark decades of living their lives hidden in the closet, gay and lesbian couples throughout this nation can now begin to participate as fully as members of the American family. This is not mere abstract justice. It has real-life consequences, not only for Edie Windsor, who will get her money back, but for so many thousands of Americans watching us here today. It means, for example, that married gay couples no longer have to worry about the unfair burden of the estate tax, the loss of Social Security, the lack of leave from a job to care for a sick or dying spouse, or the inability of a surviving spouse to receive proper notification when a soldier falls in the line of duty. The days of the skim milk marriages described by Justice Ginsburg are over for couples who live in states like Washington, Minnesota, or here in New York City. It is important to recognize that today's court victory never would have happened, where is she, without the tenacity and courage of a 5-foot-tall, 100-pound lady by the name of Edie Windsor, who celebrated her 84th birthday only days ago. Edie is my client, my friend, and my hero. And she is now a hero to millions of Americans because she personifies the meaning of fundamentally American concepts like courage, devotion, citizenship, equality, and justice. Edie and Thea's own lives demonstrate profoundly why marriage and equality matter so much. Thea and Edie spent 44 years together, loving and supporting each other in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, including Thea's long battle with multiple sclerosis. When they finally got married in 2007, they needed 4 best women and 2 best men to help them disassemble and reassemble Thea's wheelchair at the airport so they could get to the ceremony. That was a couple who really, really, really wanted to get married. So when her beloved Thea died 2 years later, Edie, of course, was heartbroken. But despite her grief, she found the strength and courage to fight back. And because of her strength and courage, no gay person will ever again have to suffer the indignity that Edie experienced because of DOMA. Like Susan B. Anthony, or Rosa Parks, or Harvey Milk before her, Edie has lit a torch of freedom for future generations of Americans to follow. The events of today remind us why it is that we have a Constitution, to bind us together as citizens of one nation, each of whom is entitled to equal protection of the law. There is no person and no case that better demonstrates that core concept of equal protection than Edith Windsor versus the United States of America. I would like to end by thanking my partners at Paul, Weiss, Rifkin, Wharton, and Garrison. Taking Edie's case on pro bono is only the latest example of the proudest traditions of our law firm. And I'd now like to introduce my wonderful co-counsel, James Essex of the ACLU. Thank you.